Hello, my friends. Teacher Vicky here. I thought today we could go on a special field trip to the tide pools. But before I show you the special video that I took at the tide pools, I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to see on the video. So first, I wanted to talk to you about high tide and low tide, because that's what helps us see the animals in the rocks by the sand. So let me take the camera and I want to show you my container that has some rocks and it has some water. So my friends, when it's high tide, that means that the water comes in and covers up the rocks. So all the rocks are underneath the water or the ocean. And so it's hard to step on the rocks when they're underneath because you'll get wet and it can be kind of dangerous. But if we wait, then the moon pulls the water away from the rocks, slowly and slowly and slowly. And then you can see the top of the rocks. And in between the rocks are tiny little tide pools. So see, there's still tiny little bit of water right there, and right there, and right in there, and over here. And so now the rocks are exposed. They're on top of the water. So now we would be able to climb on the rocks and see what is living in the tide pools. So this is low tide. So low tide is when you can see the rocks. And high tide is when the rocks hide underneath the water. And then it's low tide again, and you can see the rocks. And then it's high tide again, and the rocks are hiding. Okay, so let's put it back to low tide because that's what we need in order to see the sea creatures that live in the rocks. So let me put my camera back. Hello again. Okay, so now that we know what's high tide and low tide, I went to the beach in Pebble Beach, and I went at low tide so I could climb on the rock safely and see what was living on the rocky shore. So I want you to play I Spy. I'm going to show you some pictures and I want you to look for those animals in our video. Are you ready? Okay. Well, the first one is some seaweed. There's going to be some seaweed growing on the rocks in the video. Teacher Vicky's going to step around them. There's lots of different kinds of seaweed that you're going to see. You're going to see bright green seaweed and some soft and fuzzy one and some that's kind of pokey. There's different colors. So that's one thing you're going to look for. And then I want you to look for a hermit crab. And our hermit crab is going to be in a black turban shell, just like that. And that's what he looks like. And there's going to be one hermit crab that has some white spots on his legs. So that's another animal that we're going to look for. And we're also going to look for some mussels. That's what mussels look like. They attach to the rocks, so you can't move them. So that's what the mussels look like. And then I want you to look for some sea anemones. Those are really cool. They have tentacles that move. They're beautiful colors and they look like that. Just like that. a little fuzzy, huh? I hope you can see okay. Those are the sea anemones. And the last thing I want you to look for is, let me see, a crabby crab. And that's our crabby crab that we're looking for. Ooh. This one's kind of brown. There is one that's a little more on the red side. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Can you see that? No, it's kind of fuzzy, huh? Ah, there we go. That's our crabby crab. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. Silly Teacher Vicky. The crabby crab was on his head. Now it looks like a crabby crab. Do, 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 do. So that crabby crab is going to be in the video too. Okay, so now that you know what you're looking for, I'm going to start the video. Enjoy the video. I'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. I'm in Pebble Beach today. I thought I would take you on a field trip. I'm trying to find some sea animals and sea creatures and just show you what it looks like at the beach. So let me turn the camera around so you can see what I can see. All right, so this is what I can see. You see the waves coming in? It's almost going to be low tide. That means that all of these rocks are going to be easier to walk on because the ocean is going to go far or further away from the rocks. I thought I would show you this. I'm standing on some rocks. Let me show you a closer view. Do you see what's growing on the rocks? That's seaweed. And this is seaweed. Lots of different kinds. And this one is, well, that one's kind of rough. And this is a different kind too. Oh my. That seaweed. Look at that one, my friends. That one's bright green. We'll have to check to see what it is. Oh, and look. I see a sea anemone. Oh, my friends, look it. There's a mussel. That's a mussel. Be very gentle. It's stuck on there. And usually when the water comes up, it will be underwater, but right now it's nice and tight. So that's what a mussel looks like. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, there's some more mussels down there. Let me show you. Ooh, there's another mussel. Oh. And look, my friends, this is a mussel that got eaten. That's the outside of it. And that's the inside. That's just like those that are in there. See, that one's still alive. Okay, I'll put the shell back. We have to keep everything in nature. Let's see what else we can find. More seaweed on the rocks. Oh my goodness, we gotta be careful. It's very slippery. Oh, I think I see a hermit crab. Do you see the hermit crab? And there's some more anemones. more sea anemones. Oh, there's another crab. He's got white spots on his legs. Oh my goodness, let's see what else we can find. Oh, there's tiny, tiny, tiny little shells. Do you see that tiny little shell? There's an animal living in there too. Okay, my friends, we found some crabby crabs. Let's see if we can see them. See him? I think he's checking us out. There's another one right there. Those are his big pinchers. Oh, he's moving. He's probably waiting for dinner to come by. So there's one. Let's see if we can find another one. There's another crabby crab. And in one of our other art videos, we learned that crabs have 10 legs, remember? Crabs have 10 legs, so they have those big old claws in the front, and then they have 8 other ones. My friends, I found some more crabby crabs. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's one that's having dinner. There he is. You see, he's using his big claws to grab stuff and take it up into his mouth. And he has a friend. See if we can see his friend. There's his friend. That's a big crabby crab. Isn't that awesome? And let me zoom back out again so you can see where he is. See him? There they are. They're in rocks. And let me move this way. And there's the ocean that's coming in. Alrighty, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our field trip to the ocean. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.